Distinguished Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel, esteemed Senate members of University Polytechnic of Bucharest, dear guests from abroad, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, I have the honor and the pleasure to coordinate this Doctor Honoris Causa awarding ceremony for one of the most esteemed and distinguished personality of the scientific community, Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel, professor in Technical University of Darmstadt. Between 2007 and 2019, he was president of Technical University of Darmstadt. In 2014, in this room, in our Senate room, he signed a new protocol, a new agreement between University Polytechnic of Bucharest and Technical University of Darmstadt. His lifelong contribution convinced our faculty of engineering in foreign languages, and after that our Senate of University Polytechnic of Bucharest, to receive within our community through the highest honorary degree our university can offer. Allow me to invite our colleague, Cristian Dragomirescu, to read the laudatio.
Sehr geehrter Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel, sehr geehrte Mitglieder des Senats der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest, verehrte Gäste, Damen und Herren. Es ist uns eine große Freude und Ehre, von Ihnen diese Laudatio auf die Karriere von Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel von der Technischen Universität Darmstadt, Deutschland, eine weltweit renommierte Persönlichkeit der Wissenschaft verlesen zu dürfen, dem der Senat der Universität Polytechnica unanimierte einstimmig beschlossen hat, den Ehrendoktortitel Doctor Honoris Causa zu verleihen. Hans Jürgen Prömel wurde in Bienen, heutzutage Res, im Bundesland Nordrhein-Westfalen, im Jahr 1953 geboren. Von 1974 und 1979 studierte er Mathematik und Wirtschaftswissenschaft an der Universität Bielefeld und erhielt den Abschluss in Mathematik. Anschließend wurde er bis 1984 Forschungsassistent an derselben Universität. Promoviert wurde er im Jahr 1982 bei Professor Walter Deuber mit einer Arbeit über induzierte Partionssätze. Das akademische Jahr 1984-1985 verbrachte er als Gastprofessor an der University California, Los Angeles. Im Zeitraum 1985-1988 war Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel Forschungsassistent an der Universität Bonn und habilitierte sich im Gebiet des Operations Research im Jahr 1987 an der Universität Bonn. Er lehrte als Professor für diskrete Mathematik an der Universität Bonn. Im Jahr 1994 wechselte er als Universitätsprofessor für theoretische Informatik an der Humboldt-Universität zu Berlin, wo er dann ab 2000 Vorsitzender der Kommission für Forschung und wissenschaftlichen Nachwuchs und ab 2005 kommissarischer Präsident derselben Universität war. Eine weitere wichtige Aktivität von Professor Dr. Hans Jürgen Prömel war als Präsident der Technischen Universität Darmstadt im Zeitraum 2007-2019, während der er die am 1. November 1974 zwischen Akademiemitglieder Radu Pevoinea und Professor Helmut Böhme unterzeichnete Kooperationsvereinbarung mit ausgezeichneten Ergebnissen für beide Universitäten berücksichtigte. Anlässlich des in Bukarest gefeiert 40. Jubiläums der ununterbrochenen Kooperation beider Universitäten wurde diese Kooperation erneut erwogen und Professor Dr. Hans Jürgen Prömel beschloss, den Vorschlag zur Verlängerung der ursprünglichen Vereinbarung zu befürworten. Somit ist am 12. Juli 2014 im Senatssaal der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest das Dokument zur Weiterführung und Entwicklung auf dem neuen Entwicklungsstand der beiden Partner entsprechenden Grundlagen der Zusammenarbeit zwischen der Technischen Universität Darmstadt und der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest unterzeichnet wurden. Erwähnenswert in diesem Sinne sind die Vergabe des Böhme-Stipendiums an die besten Studenten der Fields, das Memorandum zwischen dem Physikdepartement der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest und der Technischen Universität Darmstadt, die Zusammenarbeit im Rahmen des Projektes Leitinfrastruktur Nuklearphysik, der englischsprachige Masterstudiengang Energieengineering im Fachbereich Energietechnik und andere. Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel veröffentlichte 118 wissenschaftliche Forschungsbeiträge und hat über 1400 Zitierungen und 1500 zitierte Veröffentlichungen. Unseres Erachtens steht seine gesamte wissenschaftliche Laufbahn unter dem Zeichen der in der Fachliteratur bekannten Ramsey-Theorie. Für Laien geht es um das Phänomen, bei dem in sehr großen Mengen Teilmengen wiedergefunden werden können, welche dieselbe Struktur aufweisen wie die der gegebenen Menge. Die Wirkung der oben erwähnten Theorie ist durch die breit gefächerte Forschungsaktivität von Professor Prömel in der theoretischen und angewandten Mathematik einleuchtend. Die Forschungsbereiche von Professor Prömel sind auf probabilistische Methoden und Kombinatorik in der Mathematik und Informatik, kombinatorische Optimierung und diskrete Algorithmen in den Natur- und Ingenieurwissenschaften ausgerichtet. Seine wissenschaftlichen Beiträge sind in bedeutenden Publikationen wie Bulletin of the American Mathematical Society, Combinatorica, Combinatorics, Probability and Computing, Discrete Applied Mathematics, Discrete Mathematics, European Journal of Combinatorics, Journal of Algorithm, Journal of Combinatorial Theory Series, Journal of Combinatorial Theory Series B, Information Processing Letters, Journal of Graph Theory, Lecture Notes in Mathematics, Proceedings of the American Mathematical Society, Random Structures and Algorithms, Transactions of the American Mathematical Society, veröffentlicht worden. Professor Prömel ist der Verfasser mehreren bahnbrechender Forschungsmonographien über die Ramsey-Theorie. Die bekannteste und durch ihre Einzigartigkeit und Exhaustivität am meisten geschätzte ist das Steiner Tree Problem, die in Zusammenarbeit mit Angelika Steger geschrieben und in der Reihe Advanced Lectures in Mathematics and Ramsey-Theorie for Discrete Structures beim renommierten Springer Verlag 2013 veröffentlicht würde. Professor Prömel ist Mitherausgeber mehrerer internationaler wissenschaftlicher Journale und zahlreicher wissenschaftlicher Tagungsbände. Als haupttreffend hielt er Plenumsvorträge auf internationaler Konferenzen in China, Ungarn, den USA, Deutschland, der Tschechischen Republik, Frankreich, Kanada und an zahlreichen Universitäten oder Forschungszentren weltweit. Ebenfalls war Professor Prömel Mitglied der Kuratoriums des Max-Planck-Instituts für molekulare Genetik. Er war im Präsidium der Deutschen Mathematikervereinigung, Mitglied im Vorstand des Zentrums für Wissenschaftsmanagement, Vizepräsident der Hochschulrektorkonferenz, Mitglied der Universitätsrats der Deutsch-Vietnamischen Universitäten in Ho Chi Minh, Sprecher der ARG-TU, Mitglied im Verwaltungsrat der Tongji-Universität zu Shanghai, Vorsitzender der Cluster-Netzwerks der Europäischen Technischen Universität und so weiter. Für seine Exzellenz als Forscher und Leader des Wissenschaftlerkreises wurde Professor Prömel 2010 zum Mitglied der Deutschen Akademie für Technikwissenschaften, erhielt 2013 die Ehrendoktorwürde Doctor Honoris Causa der École Centrale de Lyon und wurde zum Honorarprofessor an der Mongolischen Universität für Wissenschaft und Technologie. In Anbetracht seiner außergewöhnlichen Verdienste als Wissenschaftler, Lehrer, Leader von zahlreichen Wissenschaftlerkreisen, Befürworter der unterbrochenen Kooperation zwischen der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest und der Technischen Universität Darmstadt, hat der Senat der Universität Polytechnica Bukarest die Ehre, seinen wichtigsten Ehrentitel, Doctor Honoris Causa, Professor Hans Jürgen Prömel, verleihen zu dürfen. Mulțumesc.
Yes. Thank you very much, dear Christy. As you know, he is our new Dean of the Faculty of Engineering in Foreign Languages. This faculty proposed a commission in order to analyze the activity of Professor Prömel, and our Senate approved this commission. Professor Radu Gologan from University Polytechnica of Bucharest as president. Professor Lucian Besnea, Mathematical Institute Simeon Stoilov of Romanian Academy. Professor Daniel Breaz from University 1 December, 1 December of Alba Iulia. Yes, now he is involved in the election process in his university. He is former Minister of Culture of Romanian government. Professor Mihai Postolache from University Polytechnică of Bucharest, Director of Department, and Professor Mircea Olteanu from University Polytechnică of Bucharest. Thank you very much for your contribution in order to offer this Doctor Honoris Causa title to our guest. If anybody else has anything to add to this short story of the heritage of Professor Prömel, please, our rector.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Prömel, President Prömel, it's a great honor for me, for us, to organize this event today in our university. And I promise in 2014 can President Prömel coming last time in our university, official with the former president of Darmstadt University, Professor Prömel. I promise to learn German language. I don't learn German. Sorry, I'm not perfect, but I try. I have very good professor in my university for German language, and promised me new dean, and Dean Professor Niculescu promised me to help me to learn. But I understand very good the importance of our collaboration, the importance of cooperation between Polytechnica University and Darmstadt, the TU Darmstadt. My colleague, Professor Dragomiroșcu, our colleague mentioned the first agreement signed in '74. In the very difficult period in our university, our former rector and president of Romanian Academy, Professor Radu Voina, signed agreement '74, repeat, with Professor Böhme. And after this, many years, the Darmstadt offer light for our university, offer a chance to talk with the international community in the very difficult period for Romanian scientific community. In the last time of 80, the door is closed, many doors closed, not all, but many. And this flag, this cooperation is like a flag in our international relation. And I want to thank you so much, Darmstadt, for this, in the name of our university. And I remember this in each moment, if it's possible, because, repeat, it's a very, very important message for our university. After this, of course, after 19, we develop our cooperation. We develop our cooperation not only with Darmstadt, not only with German university, with many other universities, special European university, but not only. And we signed an agreement. I visited Professor Böhme in 2013 in Darmstadt. Its president, in the time I'm Minister of Education, with my colleague, big Romanian delegation, Polytechnica delegation. After this, Professor Böhme visited us with also big delegation in 2014, and we signed new agreement for this period, and we continue to develop our relation and to build new cooperation. Last but not least, some part of our curriculum is coming from Darmstadt, and this is very important for our cooperation. And we continue to learn to Darmstadt and continue to repeat, to develop this cooperation. And for us, for our economy, for German company in Romania, it's very important, this filiera, and in German language, and repeat, the cooperation with Darmstadt and with Professor Prömel, it's very important. And thank you also, Professor Prömel, to help us in the different association, in European association, in CESAR, and many others. We have a lot of discussion in different conferences. We have a lot of discussion, official discussion, unofficial discussion, many information we exchange in this period, very, very important for the management of university. And thank you so much, Professor Prömel, for this opportunity. I want to mention also, Professor Prömel normal in our cooperation, not coming alone here. It's an important delegation of Darmstadt University. I want to mention Professor Jan Schneider, the Vice Rector for International Relations. Thank you so much. Sorry for my German language. Professor Ulrich Kohlenbach. Thank you so much, Professor. Professor Stefan Roth, the Dean of Computer Science. Professor Matthias Oeschner, the Dean of Mechanical Engineering. Madam Regina Sontag-Krupp, the Chief of International Relations. Thank you so much. Last but not least, Madam Erika Prömel, the wife of Professor Erich Becker. Also, the delegation mentioned, speak about the importance of cooperation between Polytechnica and TU Darmstadt. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence with us, with our colleague, with our member of community now today in Bucharest, in Polytechnica. Last but not least, we enter in the many networks in Europe. But I'm sure that this cooperation, this more than 40 years cooperation, it's very important to continue this cooperation, Vice Rector, I hope, for future. And in the different network in Europe, to continue to develop relation in European association, not only but in special, because we have many interesting points in our future, and I'm sure this cooperation is a very solid base for our new cooperation. Thank you so much, Professor Prömel, for accept our invitation. It's an honor for me to propose the Senate of University this for award you this title. And thank you so much, my colleague, Professor Gologan, Professor Besna, Professor Postolaki, and Professor Olteanu, for accept to be member of the commission to analyze the career of Professor Prömel, sorry. And I speak about two important persons, sorry. And I want to thank you so much, my colleague, the Vice President of the Senate, for this with this occasion. Professor Prömel, now is the moment to offer you the official title of the
And you close.
Now is the moment. Now you are a member in our community.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Your message, please.
Yeah.
Please, you.
Yeah, Director Custodiu, dear Professor Dagomerescu, honorable members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to give my short speech in English because, as Rector mentioned, he is not yet that firm with the German language that I can speak in German, so I apologize. And I'm not able to speak Romanian, so I apologize to give my speech in English. I'm deeply impressed by your kind words, Professor Dragomerescu, and I am moved by the honorable award the University Polytechnica of Budapest has granted to me, of Bucharest has granted to me. To receive an honorary doctoral degree from your university, which is the oldest and most prestigious engineering school in Romania, is a great privilege and fills me with pride. The Technical University of Darmstadt and the University Polytechnica of Bucharest, this means 47 years of partnership, of cooperation, and of friendship. The formal partnership agreement with your university is one of the first partnership agreements the TU Darmstadt signed with foreign universities. And I consider this award also as an acknowledgement of the long-standing and very special relations between our two universities. The roots of the cooperation between our two universities date back to two persons, Professor Rado Wojneja and Professor Helmut Böhme, who signed a partnership agreement between the Technische Hochschule Darmstadt, the official name of my university at this time, and the University Polytechnica of Bucharest already in 1974. And yesterday night we discussed, dear Rector, about the two important persons of our respective university, Professor Wojneja and Professor Böhme. In order to commemorate these roots, your university named a special part of its library, which contains many books donated by Professor Böhme, the Helmut Böhme Library, and TU Darmstadt donated a stipend for gifted students of Polytechnica to come to Darmstadt for part of their studies. I vividly remember the celebration of the 40th anniversary, which was already mentioned, of our partnership here in Bucharest in June 2014, when these events took place. But our partnership is not only characterized by its long history, which is already rather impressive considering the difficult circumstances in the 1970s and 80s, but it is also characterized by several fruitful cooperations. I will mention just two examples to illustrate this, and some of them have been already mentioned. One outstanding example is our excellent cooperation are definitely the study programs in industrial engineering and management, mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, which are taught in German. These programs, taught in the German language, are, to my best knowledge, unique in Romania. They were devised with strong support of TU Darmstadt. Among other things, we have sent lecturers from Darmstadt to Bucharest to advise your professors to develop such courses which are at the heart of TU Darmstadt since decades. The second example is a more recent one. During my visit in 2014, we signed a memorandum of understanding to extend a very successful cooperation between our scientists in nuclear and laser physics, which dates back to the very beginning of my time in office, 2007 and 2008. In the field of nuclear physics, the technical universities in Bucharest and in Darmstadt are in a remarkably similar position. Both cities feature international large-scale research infrastructure with worldwide visibility, the International Facility for Anti-Proton and Ion Research, short FAIR, which is under construction at Darmstadt, and the European Extreme Light Infrastructure, Nuclear Physics, ELI, NP, here in Bucharest. Certainly, both universities contribute significantly to both these international projects. I am particularly happy that in the last year of my presidency I contributed to the establishment of the Center of Nuclear Photonics at TU Darmstadt, funded by the state of Hesse, which is geared towards the common scientific exploitation of ELI NP here in Bucharest. The University Polytechnica of Bucharest and the Technical University of Darmstadt are both universities in Europe, and Romania and Germany countries within the European Union. Thus, it should be our common aim, and I personally think it's very important, to strengthen the European scientific community. We in Europe compete with the US and China, just to name two of our main competitors. Therefore, it is necessary to work even closer together in research and teaching on the European level. Only by doing this, we can withstand the international competition for the best brains. But it is well known and highly crucial that scientific work does not respect borders. Every scientist maintains contacts and exchanges ideas with colleagues working in the same field, independently of nationality, independently of race, religion, or gender. Selecting partners for scientific cooperation depends on content, not on borders. And this kind of freedom is essential for scientific development. At a first glance, these two arguments might seem to be contradictory, but only at the first glance. Having in mind the first argument, it's the duty of European countries and their universities to build scientific bridges between our countries in Europe and, very importantly, to make crossing these bridges attractive. Hence, we should consider it our duty as universities to motivate our scientists and our students to use existing paths of cooperation and exchange, and even more so to explore new ones. Then connections created by science and scientists have proven to be resilient also in completely different social and economic contexts. I mentioned already two examples of scientific bridges between our two universities, and fortunately there are some more. But in my opinion, it's also very important to start growing connections at a very early stage. In the last 4 years, 15 students from our university came to University Polytechnica of Bucharest as exchange students, and 25 from Polytechnica visited TU Darmstadt. This kind of exchange of young people creates trust and forms a solid basis for future friendship of people, of universities, and of countries. So we should do both, intensifying our research cooperation and exchanging young, bright people in order to bring our universities, our countries, and Europe at least a little closer together. Dear Rector Kostadou, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you again for this great honor I received from your university today. I sincerely hope that this honor for me will also strengthen the ties between our universities and our countries a little bit further. Thank you very much.
We are pleased to invite you to write here in our book of honor a short message with the opportunity of this event. Please, a short one, please. Thank you very much, Professor Prömel. I would like to congratulate one more our guest for his exceptional results for this title, and to thank to any participant at this event.